Yeah, first question. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're
All
rolling.
right, buenos dias. We're on set here with our actor. Please introduce yourself.
Crister de Leon.
And you play?
I play Alvaro.
You play Alvaro. Tell me, what was your preparation for Alvaro?
Well,
Nice vibe, they're interviewing.
the preparation for Alvaro was actually very intense because I had to draw a lot of personal events that have happened in my family to make this character very authentic and very real. And as a Hispanic man, you know, you when I read the story, immediately related with not just one aspect of him, but many aspects. And I saw Alvaro as a very layered man. You know, like I think of him as a cabbage. You peel one layer, and
Okay.
you know, he presents one layer as the tough, hardworking, typical male Hispanic image, but in reality, he's a sensitive man, someone whose dreams were not really fulfilled, and then he sees his dreams on his kids being fulfilled, and therefore he's committed to his kids, he's committed to his family, he's committed to his wife, he's committed to making that American dream the best that he can. You know, when I read the story, I thought of Alvaro as if he would have had the chance to have gone to school, he would have been someone different. You know, he would have been a very creative man based on the kind of work that he does. You know, we see this, we have one scene where they describe him as his co-worker says, you know, he was a very artistic man to his son when he ends up doing the same kind of job. So I think that he had a lot of potential, but he couldn't, because then he met Reina and then fell in love, and the next thing you know, as a typical Hispanic family who comes here in the States, they have babies, which he doesn't have any regret for that. I think he sees them as his accomplishments. And then we see this relationship between him and his son, Luis. You know, he tries to understand Luis, and the way that I believe Alvaro thinks and sees Luis is more, you know, he's already 19 years old, soon to be 20, and he's going to cadet school, he's going to be a police officer, he can take care of himself, practically, in a way, and he's trying to, he sees himself in a way on him. And then there is the separation of culture, you know.
Sure.
I know that Alvaro speaks English, but he rathers not to. He's very prideful, very proud to his culture, and he remains, I believe that that's his sense of staying Mexican, because the moment he speaks it, then he loses his identity as a man. I believe in that we see that in Hispanics. I mean, I see that in my family. So then the relationship with Angie, you know, Angie, it's more like, I let my wife Rina take care of her. Like, she's the one, you know, she's coming of age. She's, I don't know how to do this. Like, it's like, but
Different
then we
dynamic
see,
with a daughter,
you know,
isn't it?
exactly. And now we see this relationship with the younger daughter. I think he's
Talk
much
to me
more.
about that.
He's much more aware of America. You know, just more like he doesn't want to make the same mistakes that he made with Lois and Angie. He's more.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the best that I can with Angie. So he's much more. Mi amorcito, cariñito, mija.
There's definitely
you know,
a tenderness that you
there's
have
a tenderness
with her.
that that we see of Alvaro with America. So I believe that there is a very distinct, clear relation with the sons, as it should be. I think as it is, every single parent. It's not that you have favorites; it's that you connect with certain ones slightly different, not better, different, just because of where you are in life and when you had them. So I believe that Alvaro is it's a very intense man, and you know, the moment when they get torn apart, it's like everything is taken away from you as a man. Your dignity, your pride, your self-worth, you know, who you are as a man and everything you worked for, and it's so unpredictable. But here's the thing, though, I think he senses it, because you're waking up every morning as an undocumented individual. You go to work, you know that you have that in the back of your mind. You just don't quite forget. You're not in it. You know what I mean? You're like doing all these things, but you're not. It could happen at any moment.
Sure.
And we see that it happens just because he hadn't paid his tickets. And I don't believe that he hasn't paid his tickets because of he's irresponsible. I believe that it's a little bit of he procrastinates, you know. He's like, "Hey, maybe I'll let the wife, and maybe we'll take care of it later." I mean, he goes to work early in the morning, comes back very late, and by the time on the weekends, perhaps when they have a little time, they spend time with the kids. And so there isn't really very little time. Not that that's an excuse.
Sure.
But that's how I see him.
But
I see him
sometimes
as a responsible.
how easy is it to forget to pay a bill sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a matter of, oh, time has gone by and oops, I forgot to pay this.
Right.
But this does get very serious. Now we're about to film this
Right.
later today. Talk to me about prepping for that.